What if you are not exactly where you're meant to be, but you are exactly where you deserve to be based on the work that you have put in?
I think that a lot of people are not reaching their goals because they don't believe enough in what they already believe. I actually think a lot of times it's because of blind spots.
Next Level Nation, today for episode number 2083, we're creeping up on 2100. You are screwed if you think like this. All right. You have heard me on my tirade of snuggy self-improvement. And we really, really, really want to help, and we really, really want to add value. This is my thought. Anytime I see somebody or somebody says to me, well, you're exactly where you're meant to be. You're in the right place at the right time. I don't agree with that at all. I think that is just, if I do agree with that, my fear for myself is me abandoning all responsibility. So if somebody says that to me and I say, yeah, no, you're right, that is me literally saying I don't have to do anything different. Because everything I've done has led me to exactly where I'm supposed to be. Now, if you're saying where you are is directly connected to the level of effort you've put in, I think that's way more accurate. But it doesn't seem as empowering, even though it's way more empowering. I would argue the people that want to believe that are usually probably the people that are struggling. And the people who don't want to believe that are usually the people who are struggling constructively. You and I are struggling, but we're struggling constructively. The last thing in the world I want to do is give up the responsibility and say, yeah, no, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I don't think so. I'm exactly where I am based on the amount of effort I have put in, and the amount of shortcuts I've taken, the amount of things that I do know, that I don't know, the excuses that I've made. And I just think it's a cop-out if I think the other way. And if you're already struggling, you probably don't need to punt responsibility. You probably need to take more ownership and look at the truth. And I just think it's one of those self-improvement bumper sticker things that we talk about all the time that is designed to make you feel good. And I just don't think, yes, if you feel bad, you want to feel good. But the way to feel good is not to read a quote that makes you feel good. It's to strategize on how to actually sustainably change your life.
Emilia and Bianca, my client, did an Out of the Mud yesterday, which is a virtual live event they do every month. And I've always loved that concept. Out of the mud. You're stuck in the mud. You're stuck. You're struggling. You're stuck. You're at a level and you can't seem to fucking get to that next level. I love that concept. And they did the topic on the skills you need to have a successful relationship. And it was based on intimate relationships, but it wasn't just that. It was also friendships, business partnerships, all relationships. And I, last night, tested myself. I wanted to see if I could guess the 5 skills that they talked about. I got like 3 out of the 5. And one of them was taking ownership. If you don't have the skill of the ability to take ownership in an intimate relationship, you're basically always going to be pointing fingers at the other person. And you're not going to be able to change, because if I blame Emilia for XYZ and I don't take any ownership for my part in it, I have no power to change anything. And if you want to change someone's life, you have to change anyone out there who wants to get to the next level. All of us, myself included. If we want to change our life, we have to change what we say, think, do, feel, or believe. You have to change something. And every coaching call I do is never, oh, you're in perfect alignment. You're good. Take care. That's not what coaching is. Coaching is, talk to me, catch me up. How's it going? Coaching is, let's identify the bottlenecks, the obstacles, the struggles, the frustrations for why you're not winning at the level you want to win at. And once we identify the obstacles, now we create a strategy to overcome them, either internally or externally. And so what's a good tangible example of this? Well, I asked you before we hit record, what is our belief? Okay, so that belief, that philosophy, or philosophy is just a more esoteric belief. That philosophy is I'm in perfect alignment at perfect time, or what is it?
You're exactly where you're meant to be, is the quote, I guess.
And I asked Kev off air, what is our belief? And your belief, you said, was I am where I'm meant to be based on the responsibility I've taken to date.
Essentially, the reason you are where you are today is based on your choices, awareness, actions, and habits. That's... If I do something dumb today, that will come back to bite me in the ass at some point. The other one that really jumps off the page for me is everything's going to be all right. Now, if you're having the worst day of your life and you assume everything is going to crash and burn, I understand why that's powerful and I understand why that's valuable, because most likely it's not going to keep trending the way it's trending. But I think it suggests that you don't have to change anything and you can get to the next level, and that's just not the way it works. And you don't get to see behind the scenes of the people who say this to you. And that's the part that makes it so hard. I know so many people who have that thought and have that belief of, yeah, it's all going to work out and it's all going to be fine. It's not going to. And their life is going to look essentially the same for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
Now,
you might give it all you have and still not be that successful.
That's what I'm saying.
Older people either are honest with you about that or they ego up and pretend that they all meant for it to be. I mean, how many people actually achieve their dreams, right?
Almost nobody.
Yeah. Statistically, it's 3%.
Yeah, that's a very, very small amount. It's
not because everyone's in perfect alignment at the perfect time.
No, it's not. That's the truth that I wish. I don't know. I think I've always had this to a degree because for most of my life, it didn't work out.
2016, you had a Facebook Live that I watched. It was based on BEFD, Better Every Fucking Day. This is way back, man. That's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you did a video on, do you deserve to be happy? And your thesis was,
you deserve what you work for.
You deserve what you work for.
And
happiness is earned.
I still am of that philosophy. I'm still of that mindset. I think these thoughts can be supplemental. They cannot be the main course. And all I mean by that is, if I have a terrible day, we lose a big client. We've lost big clients before. I need to tell myself it's going to be okay. No, not just don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't learn from it. Don't take lessons. Just forget about it. Don't care. Not that. Just, Kev, I know right now it feels like the world is crumbling. It's going to be okay. Get up and get after it tomorrow. That. Maybe you just went through a really bad breakup and the first thing you want to think to yourself is, well, the right thing is happening to me at the right time, or this is exactly where I'm meant to be. I understand why you might want to think that, but don't not take the lessons. If you take that mindset and you don't take any of the lessons, then you're going to be thinking the same thing next time this happens. And it's going to be because you didn't learn the lesson from the first time. The problems that repeat over and over and over and over again are based on lessons that we just haven't learned yet. Go ahead. No, I'm going off. I'm just going off.
I love it. I've never shared this on the show, and I hope Kev's cool with it. But let me ask you this. So statistically speaking, and again, I'm going to preface this with this is going to be somewhat tooting our own horn, but I'm doing it because I think it's very important to understand the mindset that we had is what actually allowed us to do this. Statistically speaking, how many people do you think had our childhoods that end up really successful?
Here's the interesting thing. Probably higher than I think, because I was reading, what book was I reading? I was reading a book and it talked about how so many successful people had the loss of a parent very young.
The CEO of IBM, ninth CEO, I just watched a YouTube video this morning. We did our mobility learning this morning. Day one, baby, of the streak.
The streak has begun.
Yesterday's episode. What'd you say?
So the streak has begun. Now
the streak has begun. I have
Mr. Mobility. Mr. Mobility now.
Mr. Mobility and learning. But she got abandoned as a child as well. But here's the thing, that there's a survival bias in that. I know. It goes, statistically speaking, there's something called an ACE score, adverse childhood experiences. And statistically speaking, the majority of people who have really, really bad childhoods or challenging childhoods statistically face mortality very young.
I don't think I even have a relatively good guess because I don't think my childhood was that bad. To this day, I don't think it was that bad, all things considered.
No father, lower class.
Yeah.
First in your entire extended family to ever go to college or
I didn't
be
go to
educated.
college.
Okay, you didn't go to college. That's my bad. But I'll share because I have researched all this. The chances of Kevin and I being successful when we were born, where we were born, and the situations we were born into, me more than him, was near zero. And the reason why I think we ended up successful and fulfilled, and obviously we're still at the very beginning, so I'm not playing from a place of arriving. We are still striving. We are still in the game. We are still in the fight. This is not some pedestal. Yeah. But one of the things that I had come up for me during this episode when you said that the mindset is you are exactly where you've earned being. If you didn't think that way, you and I would never work together. Dude, that is a core. One thing about Kev is he's not delusional about what he should have. There's no like, I should totally be more successful. It's how the fuck do we do this? That's the behind the scenes is always, hey, back to the drawing board. Where do we suck? Where can we get better?
Because when you have that thought, it's so easy to fall down rabbit holes. I've told you before, Alan's recommended me certain books and I'm like, dude, I can't listen to this book. It's fucking with me. Like the suggestion to do less, and I can't do it. And that's not why Alan sent it to me. He's like, can you like see through that? No, I can't. I'm not. I don't want to read the 4-hour work week. I don't want to read
books. Fuck with me.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
You lose your underdog. It's certain
I don't
books.
want it.
You lose your underdog, and I can't either. I'm with you. Certain books have really fucked me up. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
I want to take this episode. Go ahead. Hello, NLU listener. Thank you, as always, for listening to Next Level University. Real quick, I just want to jump in and let you know about the Next Level Dreamliner. This is a journal that I use every single day. Achieve your dreams 90 days at a time. It breaks down your dreams into goals, milestones, and daily habits. We hope you enjoy it. The link will be in the show notes.
I was going to say, there was one time I was talking to one of my buddies and he was struggling with weight loss. And I made him a plan and I helped him figure out his macros and his calories and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, I just don't want to track calories and macros. And I was like, dude, you've tried everything else and nothing else has worked. Why do I have to track everything I eat to get the result I want, but you don't have to? Like, why? And this wasn't because he had a negative relationship with tracking calories and macros. That wasn't it. He just didn't want to do it.
He was entitled. He was inwardly arrogant a little bit in that moment.
I agree. And it was so frustrating.
Me not tracking calories is fucking arrogant.
I haven't been tracking as much as I need to. And
it's arrogant. Of course it is.
We'll talk about something at the end here that's going to help us and hopefully you if you're on a fitness journey out there. But I just remember that. It's like, that's not. It's like somebody telling you I can help you get exactly to the goal that you want to get to, and then you saying, no. I don't want to do it. Like, well, then do you really want the goal? Because everything else you've tried hasn't worked.
Yeah, you got to give up the goal then.
So what are we doing here?
I always used to say you cannot want a goal and not everything that comes with achieving it. And Kev said, no, you can want it. You just can't expect it.
I think that's the problem. The problem is, if you're somebody who really, really wants to get to the next level externally, I think those mindsets are going to fuck you badly.
Agreed.
If you're somebody who wants to get to the next level internally, I think that's where a lot of people start. But it can't stop you from taking external action. If I said to myself that my relationship is exactly where it's supposed to be, from a place of empowerment of like, well, you don't really need to change anything. This is exactly where it's supposed to be. No, it is where it is because of my shortcomings and my wife's shortcomings. That's why it's not quote unquote better. That's why we don't make more money. That's why I'm not in better shape. It is not McDonald's fault. I got some burrito tacos last night. Oh my God, they were world class. It's not Bubba Coo Burrito's fault. I went and I picked it up. It was world class. But anytime we blame external things, we also, to Alan's point, we abandon the opportunity to take ownership and then learn from them. And I just don't want anybody to do that. If you're having the worst day ever, honestly, it is going to be okay. It's going to get better as long as you take the lessons from it. If right now you feel like you can't accomplish anything, that's not true. That's not true. We're just stuck in the mud. We got to get out of the mud with that. And it can also be empowering to have the belief that what you have accomplished is based on what you have earned. And I think that's okay. I don't think it's a bad thing.
Circa 2018, I'm in the Subaru WRX. Kevin's driving. We're heading to the gym. Big workout.
Big workout.
And he turns to me. He says, I hung out with this girl. Her name's Taryn. And it went really well. I really enjoyed it. And I don't know, man. We had a couple dates and I told her I'm not ready for anything serious. You think I fucked that up? And I turned to him and I said, yep.
I wasn't ready though.
I know. We're going to talk about it. I said, yeah, it looks like you closed the door too quick on that one. And then 2 years later, when you were ready, you reached back out and now she's your wife, which I think is really cool. But my point of this is when your ex left you and said, I'm out, you bastard. I'm joking. She didn't say that. But said, I'm out. And you just told yourself a story. She's crazy. She's crazy. If you had just rested on that, okay, change nothing then.
Right.
And then you're going to bring you to the next fucking relationship and nothing's going to get better.
That, I believe that is how a toxic man is built. That is how a toxic man is built. Something happens, they blame everybody else, and then it's like, then you are just diverting from any path of growth.
Yeah,
I would have just said that forever.
Responsibility. Yeah,
I would have just said that forever. Oh yeah, she was crazy. Blah blah. It's like, no, that's not the truth. Did every decision she ever made make perfect sense to me? No, that's also not the truth. And I had a massive part in why the relationship didn't succeed. And if nothing came from that, the same thing would have happened, and I would have blamed the person, and I would have blamed the person, and I would have blamed the person. We've had clients in the past.
What percentage responsibility do you think the failure of the relationship was you?
80%.
Whoa.
80%. We've had clients that are just a giant pain in the ass. And we fired a client one time. I said, look, we can't work with you. We can't. I can't. We can't do this. When they left, I sent a message to the team and I said, we are not the problem here. Can we learn from this? Absolutely. Their last team, they complained about everything that we did. They're going to go find a new team. They're going to complain about them as well. They're the problem.
Yeah.
Everywhere they go, drama follows. Why? Because they never take ownership. That's on them. I literally messaged a client today. His name's Henry. I said, happy Henry equals happy Kevin. Tell me what's your feedback. Let me fix whatever's not 100%. We're on it. And he laughed. He said, happy Henry is happy Kevin. Ownership is, I don't know. I guess that's the next level lesson in this episode for me. We have a couple minutes before we got to hop. I got a podcast.
I know. So I wanted to take this. So I told Kev a long time ago. I don't know if I've ever shared this on the show. Maybe I did, but I have one verse. It's my favorite verse in any song ever of all time. Do you know what it is? My favorite verse of any song. Yes.
Is it Airplanes Part 2?
Yes.
What if Marshall Mathers never picked up a pen? Let's pretend things would have been different. Wouldn't have been different. I don't know the fucking.
So I have it up. I'm going to give it, because this is, I think, exactly this. I get the chills every time I listen. Whenever I'm down and out and I'm struggling and I'm like, how the fuck are we going to do this? I go and I listen to this song. Emilia's heard me with this song. She knows I'm going through it if I have this song on. Let's pretend Marshall Mathers never picked up a pen. I'm not going to rap it, by the way.
You got to rap it.
Brother.
Let's pretend Marshall Mathers never picked up a pen. Let's pretend things would have been no different. Pretend he procrastinated, had no motivation. Pretend he made excuses that were so paper thin they could blow away with the wind. That's all I know. Blow away with the wind. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well done. I'm going to just read it.
Yep.
Let's pretend Marshall Mathers never picked up a pen. Let's pretend things would have been no different. Pretend he procrastinated, had no motivation. Pretend he just made excuses that were so paper thin they could blow away with the wind. Marshall, you're never going to make it. Makes no sense to play the game. There ain't no way that you'll win. Someone's fucking calling me. Pretend he just stayed outside all day and played with his friends. Pretend he even had a friend to say was his friend. And it wasn't time to move again and schools weren't changing again. He wasn't socially awkward and just strange as a kid. He had a father and his mother wasn't crazy as shit. And he never dreamed he could rip stadiums and just was lazy as shit. Fuck a talent show in the gymnastics, in the gymnasium, bitch. You won't amount to shit. Quit daydreaming, kid. You need to get your cranium checked. You're thinking like an alien. It just ain't realistic. Now pretend. They ain't just make him angry with this shit. And there was no one he could even aim when he's pissed at. And his alarm went off to wake him, but he didn't make it. To the rap Olympics, slept through his plane and he missed it. He's gone. He's going to have a hard time explaining to Haley and Laney these food stamps and this WIC shit, WIC, because he never risked shit. He hoped and he wished it, but it didn't fall in his lap, so he ain't even here. And at the end of the day, I'm not even necessarily a huge Eminem fan, but that verse it might as well be, I could have been nothing, but I took responsibility to become something. And it just fucking speaks to me at the deepest level, and I get the chills every time I listen to it, and he raps it far better than I fucking read it. But
let's say a little bit.
Yeah, a little
Slightly.
bit. A little bit better.
Slightly. I'm going to have to listen to that
I've never
later.
actually read it before.
Well, it's hard to read raps because if you don't read them right, it doesn't make any sense.
Of course.
It's like,
as you could tell, I've never read it before. But that's what this episode's about, is it's not just going to work out. Your future is not just going to be bright. You have to make it bright. You have to. And it's up to you. No one else cares. I wish they did, but when my stepdad left and I looked into the future, it was dark. It was no dad, no trust fund, no generational wealth. Like, I have to do something about this because no one's going to come save me.
Yeah, the way it's trending is not going to change unless you change it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and even if it's trending up right now, with age, things don't trend up like they used to. It just
That's
doesn't.
for sure.
Money can. That's one that can if you do it right, but health and all that.
Fitness does not.
Fitness does not. All right, cool.
Let's announce
If
that.
you are ready to level up your fitness, we are doing what we tend to, I guess this is like an annual thing now, unfortunately. We're doing the 10 pound in 10 week challenge / 12 pound in 12 week, but are we doing 10 weeks? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, 10 weeks, 70 days.
Okay.
May 29th. So I put this in the Next Level Fitness group. If you want into the Next Level Fitness accountability group, right now we have 36 members in there. It's on fire.
It is on fire.
We wanted to put the WhatsApp link, but then we got a bunch of spam. So just DM Kevin or myself on Instagram. You can email us, DM us. All of our links are in the show notes, all of our social media. So this is what I put in there today. I said, to Kevin's earlier comment, today we're officially announcing another 10 pound in 10 week challenge. I'm 200 pounds right now, and my goal weight is 10 weeks, 70 days from now is 190 pounds. That said, you can all join us or not, totally your call. And Kevin is joining me, but not doing the full 10 pounds because he's already 15 pounds down or something. Excited for this Next Level Fitness squad. Let's become the most athletic version of ourselves. Emilia is 170 getting to 160. I'm 200 going to 190. Bianca's 153. She's at 142 now, going for 138. Kev's 175 now, going to 170. So at the end of the day, just message Kevin or myself and let us know if you want in on the fitness challenge, and we're just going to hold each other accountable. And 10 pounds in 10 weeks is May 29th.
And the reason...
not May 29th.
Oh, yeah. July.
July 29th. Yeah.
Is it July 29th?
I think so.
We got to probably figure that out, huh?
I'm on it. That's my
It's
bad.
now May. It's May 29th as at the time of recording this, so that would only be 8 weeks.
I did it in ChatGPT earlier. Okay, end date. So start date is today, which is
29th.
the 29th of
Technically,
May.
if you're listening to this, it's the 30th.
The 30th, yeah. But it started on May 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it ends on July 29th. I screwed this up earlier. It ends in 70 days from today.
Okay. Do we know? I feel like we need to know the date, you know?
August 7th.
Okay. Not even
It's
close.
August 7th.
Not even close.
It says 70 days from today, May 29th, 2025 will be August 7th, 2025. I put in the wrong one. All right, August 7th, 2025.
August 7th.
Thursday.
All right, cool. I'm going to have to do it faster then. I have a bachelor party I have to be at the end of July. And I have to be in the best shape out of anybody there. Alan's not listening. Let's pretend.
I'm fixing my...
Let's pretend.
I'm
Things would
fixing
have
my
been...
mistake.
Pretend. He procrastinated, had a no... Oh, God, I fucked it up again. All right. Anything else you want to add before we go?
That's it. It's a great episode, man. Strong
Cool.
work. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this amazing and ridiculously challenging growth journey.
No better thing to do, though.
I agree.
I mean,
What's the
burrito
alternative?
tacos.
Just hang out?
Yeah, burrito tacos and 10 minutes of the dark night. Were great Wednesday night for me. So I guess we'll see. All right. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And at NLU, we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Keep it next level. Next Level Nation.